This episode is brought to you by PropelOff. People take authentication for granted, but it's more than how customers log into your product. It's how you manage your relationship with your users. The easiest way to make authentication your advantage is to use PropelOff. PropelOff is more than just functional. It's powerful. With tools like Managed UIs, Enterprise SSO, robust user management features, and actionable insights, PropelOff adapts as your product grows. And the best part? When off is effortless, your team can focus on scaling, not troubleshooting. That means more releases, happier customers, and more growth for your business. Save dev time, win over your customers, and propel your business forward with PropelOff. Check them out at propeloff.com. That's PROPELAUTH.com. This episode is sponsored by Incogni. Listen, guys, I don't know about you, but I get real tired of managing the spam and cold outreach to my contact info. Those annoying emails, phone calls from unknown numbers, wasting our time and valuable attention. Not to mention the bad stuff from data breaches, which are rising every year. To top it off, data brokers out there harvest our information and sell it to people who intend to spam you and scam you. So what do we do about it? Well, I use Incogni. I signed up to use the platform, and within 30 minutes, hundreds of requests have been sent and completed, removing my data from the public view. Incogni tracks down and removes your personal data from online directories, people search sites, and commercial databases. The process is fully automated for the hundreds of known data brokers who sell our data without consent. Got a site that they don't auto-hit? No problem. There's a custom removal feature to take down almost everything that is exposed online. So take it from me and take back your personal data with Incogni. Go to incogni.com/codestory and use code CODESTORY at checkout to get 60% off annual plans. You can also find the link in the episode description. That's incogni.com/codestory, because they can't harm you if they can't find you. This episode is brought to you by Paddle. Don't settle for less when you can have more, MOR, with Paddle, your merchant of record. Eliminate the headaches of payments, grow your revenue everywhere, and focus on what you do best, building your product. Get more revenue with less hassle at paddle.com. This episode is sponsored by Code Crafters. As an engineer myself, I know that the best way to learn how to code is to build something new. But sometimes it's hard to come up with project ideas as well as find a community of folks on the same learning path. That's where Code Crafters comes in. With Code Crafters, you can build something that actually stimulates your mind while strengthening your engineering fundamentals. And you can do so by using your favorite IDE or tools to code and build your own Git, Redis, or HTTP server in the language of your choice. Languages like Rust, C++, or Go. Code Crafters is designed to optimize your learning experience as it's designed for productivity. Sign up today and become a better, more confident programmer. Visit codestory.co/codecrafters. That's CODECRAFTERS to get started and get 40% off your upgrade. Okay, guys, I got a serious update for you. You heard me talk about SEMA and the product roadmap radar. I just caught up with Matt, who's the founder there, and he gave me the latest on what they are building. And my mind is blown. The team at SEMA are taking things to the next level. Built around the core of the product roadmap radar, i.e. code and Jira analysis, they are building agent orchestration across the product lifecycle. Picture this. You hook up this system same as before, i.e. integrate your repository and your backlog, Jira today. From that point, SEMA's agent analyzes the codebase and makes suggestions as to what needs to be done next and what could improve, optimize the product. Then, if those tasks are routine, the agent assigns the task to a coding agent, think something like Devin, to complete the minutia, while assigning the human-in-the-loop task to engineers themselves. What you end up with is engineers focusing on building core competency features, while AI handles all the rest. If you're not salivating right now, I don't think you fully understand what this means. But here's what I would suggest. Right now, their product is in a closed beta, and SEMA is looking for folks to sign up for their Product Intelligence Advisory Board. This gives you the opportunity to use the product, give feedback, help shape the future of what's built. Oh, and not to mention additional free usage of the product, potentially through the end of 2026. So, if that fits your workflow and toolset, you need to reach out today. Go to codestory.co/nextlevel, NEXTLEVEL, and reach out to Matt at SEMA to learn more and join the Product Intelligence Advisory Board. Again, that's codestory.co/nextlevel. This episode is sponsored by Postman. Postman is the world's leading API platform, trusted by 98% of the Fortune 500 and over 40 million developers. Tap into APIs from 18,000 plus companies to power agents that make smarter decisions. Learn more at postman.com/podcast/codestory. This message is sponsored by Melee Search. Today, search isn't just a feature, it's a cornerstone. And Melee Search gives your users the experience they need with lightning-fast performance, full-text search, AI usage, and multimodal capabilities. Melee Search delivers relevant results in less than the blink of an eye. Use the promo code CODESTORY at checkout to get 2 months free at meleesearch.com. That's MEILI search.com. This episode is sponsored by NordProtect. In a world where data breaches are on the rise and identity theft is becoming more common, you have to take steps to protect yourself. NordProtect offers you everything you need to keep your identity safe, all in one easy place. It's built to help you safeguard your identity with advanced automation that works 24/7 on your behalf. Things like dark web monitoring, credit monitoring, security alerts, and more. And if the worst should occur, the platform walks alongside you for identity restoration. NordProtect plans come with financial coverage across a wide range of threats, from identity theft to online fraud and scams, so you are covered when it matters most. Get an exclusive 5% discount on NordProtect plans. Go to nordprotect.com/codestory and use the code CODESTORY at checkout. You can also find the link in the episode notes. That's nordprotect.com/codestory.
We had to build what we called single player mode. What do you do when you join this product that's still not fully built, that is supposed to be a marketplace and network? Something that allows you to start building your identity. So we allocated a pretty significant portion of our resources to building what we called custom portfolios, which were effectively personal websites with pre-made templates that were easy to customize, but that allowed a lot of the people to start building their identity on the platform even before the promise of work and networking came into play. I'm Gajus Kuizinas, co-founder, CTO of Contra.
This is Code Story, a podcast bringing you interviews with tech visionaries.
Spent 6 months moonlighting.
There's nothing on the back end.
Who share what it takes to change an industry.
I don't exactly know what to do
took
next.
many goes to get right.
Who built the teams that have their
A
back.
company is its people.
The teams help each other achieve more.
I was proud of our team.
Keeping scalability top of mind.
All that infrastructure was a
Yes,
pain.
we've been fighting it as we grow.
Total waste of time. The stories you don't read in the headlines.
It's not an easy thing to achieve, mind
Took it
you.
off the shelf and dusted it off and tried it again.
To ride the ups and downs of the startup life.
You need to really
It's
want it.
not just about technology.
All this and more on Code Story.
I'm your host, Noah Lappart, and today how Gajus Kuizinas is building a new way for you to work and discover the world's best independent creatives and clients. Gajus Kuizinas lives in Mexico City and travels between there, New York, and San Francisco. He had a non-traditional upbringing for an engineer, as all of his family were into the arts, so he had to make his own way. He started in Lithuania and eventually was recruited to set up computers and networks for dating platforms. Eventually, he got into freelancing and started his first startup in the UK. But outside of tech, he has a garden, which doubles as an ecosystem for his free-roaming hedgehog and bunny. Gajus started to think about the arc of becoming a freelancer. He realized that everyone who goes through a journey as a freelancer feels like a cog in the machine and falls off of the marketplaces out there. He realized that there was a massive vacuum and gap in the internet for these folks that needed to be filled. This is the creation story of Contra.
Contra is a talent marketplace. We have over 1.5 million creatives, video editors, graphic designers. And where we innovated is that we decided to create a marketplace that doesn't have a commission fee. When you remove the commission fee from the marketplace, it forces you to innovate on the business model, obviously how you make money, and the product itself evolves into something that's not a traditional marketplace. We are like a hybrid between a network and a marketplace in that sense, or even more, maybe a professional network that has a lot of the components of a marketplace. Now, the reason this is important is that I fundamentally think the traditional talent marketplace model is flawed, and it goes to the reason why I started this company, co-founded this company with Ben. It's, if you think about the arc of like, how do people become freelancers? And I'll talk about my own experience. I started freelancing on Odesk at the time, and I started there because it was super simple. I signed up to the website. I didn't really know what my strengths or skills are. I looked at the jobs that are listed there. I started applying to them. I got a few jobs. I failed a dozen. But along the way, I've learned how to deliver that work. I've learned how to engage the clients. I built a little reputation, and I built confidence in my abilities. And fast forward, after a year or so doing this, you start questioning yourself, like, why am I doing this on a platform that's taking a large chunk of my pay, of the commission fee, and that's controlling my relationship with clients? Meaning I cannot really grow this into something bigger. I'm always like this cog in this machine. And what happens is that everyone who goes through this journey, they eventually fall off the marketplace. They go into either starting their own agency, working as an independent freelancer, or wherever their path takes. And that's exactly what happened to me. And that's exactly what I observed happening to the people that I've hired on those marketplaces before co-founding Contra. And the realization there was that there's this massive vacuum, a gap in the internet where we're not capturing the information about the most talented people on what projects they work for their clients, the credibility indicators such as their earnings. None of that can be verified because they're no longer working on the platform. So the mission became, can we create a marketplace that aligns incentives of the most talented people and where the most talented creatives are proud to call home? So you have your identity, you keep full your entire earnings, and you're building something that has a long lasting value, including your relationships with the clients.
Let's dive into what you would consider the MVP. So that first version of the product you built, how long did it take to build, and what sort of tools were you using to bring it to life?
When I co-founded the company, I co-founded with Ben. He's the CEO. He already had a prototype built at the time using an external agency. He was based in New York, but he would fly constantly to Ukraine for over a year to meet the team and build the first prototype. And it was built in PHP and Vue. And when we started working, one of the hardest conversations at the very beginning was basically me telling him, look, we're going to need to scrap everything, the team, everything that's been built so far. And if we want to build it in Silicon Valley way, we're going to start from the ground up. So the first, our path to MVP is a bit untraditional because we've fundamentally raised our seed round on a prototype that the moment when we raised money, we scrapped everything and we started building from the ground up with a pretty grand vision and without making too many compromises.
So tell me about maybe that decision or another decision or trade-off you had to make. In building an MVP, you've got to make those hard decisions, and that sounds like a tough one. That sounds like a tough one to walk through and figure out. I'm curious about, that decision, or maybe another one if you want to speak to another one, and how you coped with that decision.
So there are a few things that came into play. So first of all, marketplaces and networks are probably the hardest things to build, both from the business perspective and from technology, just because the surface area is so vast. You have payments, invoices, team management, project management, messaging. The list keeps going on and on. So we knew what we have to build. We knew what our roadmap. We had this idea of, okay, we have to first build to parity. And along the way, we knew that we're not going to have everything from the day zero. So to your point, we made some compromises. Like, for instance, we had to build what we called single player mode. What do you do when you join this product that's still not fully built, that is supposed to be a marketplace and network? Something that allows you to start building your identity. So we allocated a pretty significant portion of our resources to building what we call custom portfolios, which were effectively personal websites with pre-made templates that were easy to customize, but that allowed a lot of the people to start building their identity on the platform even before the promise of work and networking came into play. So that was the first compromise that we made. And then along the way, to keep the momentum going and to keep the excitement about our mission, we invested quite heavily into building effectively marketing materials. So launch videos, cool landing pages, cool data reports about the opportunity for which we're building. So there were like always two parallels to building Contra. One is building on that core foundation that we had a very clear path to, but we knew it was going to take a while. And in parallel, continuously investing into excitement about a product by investing in all of the things I mentioned.
This episode is brought to you by Vention, the engineering partner you need after the MVP launch. So you built fast with Lovable. You shipped your MVP, impressed investors, and maybe even landed your first users. Now comes the hard part. Vention's AI discovery workshops are built for teams who have moved fast and now need to figure out what's actually worth scaling. Led by senior engineers and an in-house CTO, the workshop helps you pressure test your use case, catch gaps early, and build a roadmap your team can actually deliver on, with the kind of engineering support that brings peace of mind, not second guessing. Lovable got you live. Vention gets you ready to scale. Go to ventionteams.com or book your AI workshop now at ventionteams.com/codestory and go from idea to impact faster. That's ventionteams.com/codestory. This episode is sponsored by Fullscale. Let me guess, your team's shipping sprint velocity looks good, but you're still asking yourself, is anyone actually thinking about the why? Matt Watson's been there. He's the founder behind Vin Solutions and Stackify and now runs Fullscale with a 300-plus person dev team. And after 2 decades in the trenches, he's seen the same pattern over and over. Smart developers stuck in systems that reward ticket-taking instead of real thinking. That's why he wrote Product Driven, a playbook for tech leaders who are done babysitting developers and ready to build teams that own the outcome. If you're tired of translating every feature, doing all the thinking, or wondering why your smart team is still stuck, this is the fix. Go to productdriven.com/codestory to grab the book and get the bonus toolkit to help your team shift from output to outcomes, like 12 bold ways to get your retros out of robot mode. Again, that's productdriven.com/codestory. This episode is sponsored by Search. In today's digital landscape, search isn't just a feature, it's a cornerstone, and you need a user experience that drives customer satisfaction. You need Search. Search is lightning-fast performance, returning answers in less than 50 milliseconds. Yeah, you heard that right. Faster than the blink of an eye. The open-source AI search engine is plug-and-play, so you can get up and running in minutes with smart presets, allowing you to start searching through your data with zero configuration. Search utilizes advanced full-text search and AI, ensuring your results are ultra-relevant with semantic depth. It's multimodal, supporting images, videos, and audio, along with being federated, i.e. searching across multiple data sources. And it's developer-friendly. Whether you're building a content-rich website or enterprise application, Search delivers the experience your users expect and deserve. For a limited time, CodeStory users can get 2 months free. Use the promo code CODESTORY, all one word, at checkout. Just go to melisearch.com and get started today. That's MEILI search.com. Okay, guys, I got a serious update for you. You heard me talk about SEMA and the product roadmap radar. I just caught up with Matt, who's the founder there, and he gave me the latest on what they are building. And my mind is blown. The team at SEMA are taking things to the next level. Built around the core of the product roadmap radar, i.e. code and Jira analysis, they are building agent orchestration across the product lifecycle. Picture this. You hook up this system same as before, i.e. integrate your repository and your backlog, Jira today. From that point, Seema's agent analyzes the codebase and makes suggestions as to what needs to be done next and what could improve, optimize the product. Then, if those tasks are routine, the agent assigns the task to a coding agent, think something like Devin, to complete the minutia, while assigning the human-in-the-loop task to engineers themselves. What you end up with is engineers focusing on building core competency features, while AI handles all the rest. If you're not salivating right now, I don't think you fully understand what this means. But here's what I would suggest. Right now, their product is in a closed beta, and Seema is looking for folks to sign up for their Product Intelligence Advisory Board. This gives you the opportunity to use the product, give feedback, help shape the future of what's built. Oh, and not to mention additional free usage of the product, potentially through the end of 2026. So, if that fits your workflow and toolset, you need to reach out today. Go to codestory.co/nextlevel, NEXTLEVEL, and reach out to Matt at Seema to learn more and join the Product Intelligence Advisory Board. Again, that's codestory.co/nextlevel. This episode is brought to you by Paddle. As a startup, you face unique challenges to stay competitive. You and your team need to stay focused on your product, not your payments. You need to do more, MOR, and DIY less. With Paddle. Paddle is your merchant of record, becoming the seller of record for your SaaS transactions, enabling your team to focus on what's important, your product. Paddle handles all payment management across multiple gateways and methods, taking ownership of tax liability while remaining compliant with regulations across all markets. The platform handles all aspects of SaaS billing, billing models, upgrades, add-on, trials, and more. Let's look at the results. MOR revenue optimization is built into Paddle and accounts for up to 16% higher conversion rates, reduced payment failures, localized pricing, and churn prevention, recovering 40% of cancellations. Their developer-friendly tools are API first with comprehensive documentation, removing the burden from your engineers. With Paddle as your merchant of record, you'll generate more revenue, find and keep more customers, grow faster, and stay compliant everywhere. So what are you waiting for? Get more revenue with less hassle at paddle.com. I'm curious about how you progress and matured it from that point. And to wrap in a box a little bit, what I'm looking for is how you built your roadmap, how you went about deciding that, okay, this is the next most important thing to build or to address with Contra.
The cliche answer to that is you talk to your customers constantly and you ask what they want, what's the most desperate need, especially from those that are willing to pay or hire in our case. But the more real answer is we would constantly look into what our competitors are doing and create a roadmap based on what we've personally encountered to be the most frequent use cases. And that includes things like invoicing, team management, and so forth. Again, like the unique thing about Contra setup is that at least in the first act, we didn't want to innovate as much on product as much as we wanted to innovate the business model, being commission free. So the first step was to build to the feature parity of what the clients are expecting and what the talent is expecting when they're visiting existing talent marketplaces. Only once we had that, which literally took us 4 years to build to that point, only once we had that, we start innovating other elements of the platform that we are excited about today.
So I hear you saying we. Tell me about how you built your team. What'd you look for in those people to indicate that they were the winning horses to join you?
So I'm a firm believer in that scrappy recruitment, if you may call it this way. I try to find, let's call them unfair advantages in hiring. And what's unique about Contra and our journey is that we had pretty firm opinions about like how we want to build a platform and what technology stack we want to use. And those were influenced by the platforms that existed at the time. Facebook in particular was something I really looked up to because of just similar platform composition to what we're building. So we chose their technology stack, which was really GraphQL, React, and a few other more esoteric technologies. And then the goal became like, okay, like how do I hire for a team that will be excited about these emerging technologies that are pretty esoteric and ideally already have some knowledge of it. So what I started doing is I started posting questions to Stack Overflow that I knew that only those people would be able to answer. So they would ask about the nitty-gritty of Relay or flow type, GraphQL, and I waited for people to answer. And then once they answered, I would engage them into debate in the comments to see how they handled themselves. Are they leading with generosity? Are they responding kindly to my dumb questions? Or are they like pushing me away, go learn on your own? I wanted people that are good collaborators, especially in a remote environment. And once they engage and once they pass the test, I would just message them, hey, this is my phone number. Give me a call. I want to chat with you. And these were literally the first couple of hires that we made through this playbook. So it was very involved process of kind of planting the seed of knowing who I want to hire, then waiting for them to swallow the hook, and then finally engaging them with the offer.
This episode is sponsored by Search. In today's digital landscape, search isn't just a feature, it's a cornerstone. And you need a user experience that drives customer satisfaction. You need Search. Search is lightning fast performance, returning answers in less than 50 milliseconds. Yeah, you heard that right. Faster than the blink of an eye. The open source AI search engine is plug and play, so you can get up and running in minutes with smart presets, allowing you to start searching through your data with zero configuration. Search utilizes advanced full-text search and AI, ensuring your results are ultra-relevant with semantic depth. It's multimodal, supporting images, videos, and audio, along with being federated, i.e. searching across multiple data sources. And it's developer-friendly. Whether you're building a content-rich website or enterprise application, Search delivers the experience your users expect and deserve. For a limited time, CodeStory users can get 2 months free. Use the promo code CODESTORY, all one word, at checkout. Just go to melisearch.com and get started today. That's MEILI search.com. This episode is brought to you by PropelOff. People take authentication for granted, but it's more than how customers log into your product. It's how you manage your relationship with your users. The easiest way to make authentication your advantage is to use PropelOff. PropelOff is more than just functional. It's powerful. With tools like Managed UIs, Enterprise SSO, robust user management features, and actionable insights, PropelOff adapts as your product grows. And the best part? When off is effortless, your team can focus on scaling, not troubleshooting. That means more releases, happier customers, and more growth for your business. Save dev time, win over your customers, and propel your business forward with PropelOff. Check them out at propeloff.com. That's PROPELAUTH.com. Let's talk about scalability. This will be interesting given what you've built and who you're servicing. I'm curious where it comes into play. Have there been interesting areas where you've had to fight scale as you've grown?
I think the scale has levels to it. And my background before Contra has been scaling databases to hundreds of millions of daily transactions. So by the time we got to building Contra, a lot of the lessons been learned along the way, and it was easy to avoid a lot of the bottlenecks. The things that benefited us the most, though, is choosing technologies that we knew can already scale based on observing what others are using. I think one thing I'll definitely call out is AlloyDB provided by Google has allowed us to scale Postgres to meet all of our needs using fairly simple data architecture. And then Relay in particular helped us to adopt, to build the front end in such a way that did not create issues typically seen in, at the time, applications of data overfetching and RESTful applications. So we're able to have pretty granular way to curate the data. And then if the bottlenecks emerged, they were typically easy to optimize because of GraphQL helping us to optimize at a resolver level how we're fetching the data.
As you step out on the balcony, you look across all that you have built thus far. What are you most proud of?
That's an easy one. We have a massive community of million plus users that absolutely love the platform, that are proud to be part of it, that are earning a lot, and that are building their careers on top of this platform. I think that's really cool. I meet people all the time in real world, in events, who tell me that they got their kind of first break into the area of freelancing through Contra, and they continue to build on the platform their identity. That's something I'm very proud of, and something I always look forward to, meeting more people in real life that have their identities built on the platform.
Okay, let's flip the script a little bit. Tell me about a mistake you made and how you and your team responded to it.
Hiring specialized people too early. When faced, to your point, with scaling bottlenecks or code quality issues, we rushed into hiring experts in those areas, whether those were the DBAs or QA specialists. And we quickly realized that a lot of the pains that you're facing early in your journey, they are come and go. And you need to hire people who are generalists, because the range of issues that you're going to face in your journey of building a platform from the ground up is going to constantly evolve, and you'll constantly need new skills. So that was the biggest mistake, because we always try to hire for people to stay long-term in the company. To this day, almost the entire engineering team has been with the company since the beginning. So the retention is really high. And most people who dropped off are the people that we've hired too early and that were too specialized in their field and not able to adopt the broader technology choices of the company.
Okay, well, let's move forward then. This will be really exciting. You've got a big community. You've got a thriving platform. People are finding their freelancing identity on Contra. What does the future look like for the product and for your team?
For product, it's definitely working more towards the network element of our vision. So we started with the marketplace because of hard problems. That was the simplest. But now we're increasingly becoming a network product where identity and your relationships to other people play a significant role. Even today, we see that a significant portion, more than 20% of our young users on platform, they have Contra profile, but they don't have other profiles like LinkedIn or so forth. So there's a big element of building your identity, and we're doubling down on that. So we think that a lot of the younger generation talent, identity and network will exist on Contra. And in terms of AI, we found a few interesting use cases for AI that are unique to the problems that we're solving. Like, for instance, Indie AI is a product that we released recently, which it's a browser extension that once user installs, it collects all of their social posts from their friends on Twitter, LinkedIn, and other platforms, and sends that data to our servers. So tens of millions of posts every day, where we then analyze those posts using AI to identify work opportunities for them. So that's fairly interesting because as a marketplace network, we're fairly small. 1.5 million users is not that big in a grand scheme of things. But by using browser extension and in combination with AI, we're able to bring their existing network value into our system by effectively helping them identify when someone in their network among their friends is either hiring, looking for a graphic designer, or starting a new project and need help. So AI definitely plays a big role in enabling us these plays of creating value for our users.
Let's switch to you. Who influences the way that you work? Name a person or many persons or something you look up to, and why.
It's an easy one for me. I worked with this person more than 10 years ago. He was a CTO in one of the companies I worked at. And to this day, he still calls me every 2 weeks or so to check in how I'm doing. And it's always just very personal subjects, realizing the trajectory of career and kind of checking in with how I'm doing. And I think a lot about just the consistency and the level of investment from him into the relationship that we've had and continue to have. And it's someone that I look up to and someone I'm trying to imitate, meaning that any professional relationship that I have, I try to grow that into something that is goes beyond just how we interact with work, but checking in with them and making sure they're fine beyond the company. His name is Balju. We worked literally more than 10 years ago at Arkiva. And still to this day, every couple of weeks, he calls me to check in how I'm doing. And I really admire that.
Okay, guys, last question. So you're getting on a plane and you're sitting next to a young entrepreneur who's built the next big thing. They're jazzed about it. They can't wait to show it off to the world, and can't wait to show it off to you right there on the plane. What advice do you give that person, having gone down this road a bit?
Don't hesitate. Trust your intuition. Go big or go home. There's only so many companies, generational companies, that are built in our lifetime. And we only have one lifetime, and you better double down and believe in your vision and what makes you unique to make this a success.
That's fantastic advice. Well, guys, thank you for being on the show today, and thank you for telling the creation story of Contra.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
And this concludes another chapter of Code Story. Code Story is hosted and produced by Noah Labhart. Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or the podcasting app of your choice. And when you get a chance, leave us a review. Both things help us out tremendously. And thanks again for listening.